from external difficulties. Under all circumstances, you should always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This will protect you from all dangers of being influenced by Maya or the material energy. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. I am Pooja from Sydney, and may I know who have joined today?
Hare Krishna, Pooja Mataji, Hare Krishna to all the devotees. This is Surinder Bhandari from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all the devotees on this call. This is Geeta from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, go ahead, Mataji. Oh, Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Malini from Ashburn, Virginia, and Hare Krishna to all devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Pranitaji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna, Puja Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. This is Premanandini Devidasi from Ashburn, Virginia.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna, Puja Mataji, and all the Seva devotees, Dandvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. This is Shamarasika Devidasi from New Vrindavan.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Puja Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all the devotees on the call. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. This is Rupini Padma Devi Dasi from Orlando, Florida. And Kartik Maas ki Jai. Today is the first day of Kartik Maas. So just wishing happy Kartik Maas to everybody on the call. And I think, Mataji, the recording is started and our speaker is also here.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, thank you,
I
Mataji.
just saw that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining. Anybody else who would like to announce their name? Hare Krishna devotees, Dandvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to Guru Maharaj. Today we are so fortunate to have Her Grace Parmeshwari Padmavati Mataji from Canada. And today Mataji is going to enlighten us on Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 8, Chapter 5, Verse 29, how to observe Kartik month. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. And whenever you're ready, please take over the call.
Hare Krishna to everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. I'm sorry, my camera is not working, so I'm not switching it on. We'll begin with the prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nati Namane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Prachadane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatade Shatadane. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhudva Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasa Dishigaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langaitegaram yatkripatambam vande Shri Gurum Deenataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitaneshwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtuki Tvayi. Hi Krishna. So we would like to welcome all the devotees for this morning's discussion on Srimad Bhagvatam. And I would like to thank Shyamrasika Mataji for giving me this opportunity to serve on the first day of Kartik. And I would like to seek blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas so that I can speak something in line with our Guru Parampara's teachings on these verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, and also highlight a few things from Sri Hari Bhakti Vilas on this Kartik Vrata. Today, as one of the Matajis said, that today is the first day of this auspicious Kartik month. So first we'll begin with Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 5, entitled The Demigods Appeal to the Lord for Protection. Text 29. य एकवर्णं तमसः परं तद् आलोकमव्यक्तमनन्तपारम् आसां चकारो पशुपर्णमेनम् उपासते योगरथेन धीरः. Synonyms, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Synonyms. Yah, the Supreme Personality of Godhead who. Ekavarnam, the Absolute, situated in pure goodness. Tamsaha, to the darkness of the material world. Param, transcendental. Tat, that. Alokam, who cannot be seen. Avyaktam, not manifested. Anantaparam, unlimited, beyond the measurement of material time and space. Asam Chakara, situated. Upasuparnam, on the back of Garuda. Enam, him. Upasate, worship. Yogarathena, by the vehicle of the mystic yoga. Dhiraha, persons who are sober, undisturbed by material agitation. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated in pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva, and therefore he is Ekavarna. The Omkar, Pranava, because the Lord is beyond the cosmic manifestation, which is considered to be darkness, he is not visible to material eyes. Nonetheless, he is not separated from us by time or space, but is present everywhere. Seated on his carrier Garuda, he is worshipped by means of mystical yogic power by those who have achieved freedom from agitation. Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto him. Purport. Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Shabditam. In this material world, the three modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, prevail. Among these three, goodness is the platform of knowledge, and passion brings about a mixture of knowledge and ignorance. But the mode of ignorance is full of darkness. Therefore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is beyond darkness and passion. He is on the platform where goodness or knowledge is not disturbed by passion and ignorance. This is called the Vasudeva platform. It is on this platform of Vasudeva that Vasudev or Krishna can appear. Thus, Krishna appeared on this planet as the son of Vasudeva. Because the Lord is situated beyond the three modes of material nature, he is unseen by those who are dominated by these three modes. One must therefore become dhira or undisturbed by the modes of material nature. The process of yoga may be practiced by one who is free from the agitation of these modes. Therefore, yoga is defined in this way. Yoga Indriya Samyama. As previously explained, we are disturbed by the indriyas or senses. Moreover, we are agitated by the three modes of material nature, which are imposed upon us by the external energy. In conditional life, the living entity moves turbulently in the whirlpool of birth and death. But when one is situated on the transcendental platform of Vishuddha Sattva, pure goodness, he can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead who sits on the back of Garuda. Lord Brahma offers his respectful obeisances unto that Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is such a wonderful this thing. It's about, this is about the glorification of Lord Krishna. And we understand that how Vyasadeva, after compiling all the 18 Puranas, after compiling Mahabharata, Ramayana, everything, he was still dissatisfied. And then, while he was contemplating in this way, his spiritual master, Sri Narad Muni, appears there. And Narad Muni reveals to Vyasadeva the cause for his dissatisfaction, that he had not composed any scripture wherein the exclusive focus was glorification of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then Vyasadeva started to compile Srimad Bhagavatam. And we see that across the pages, Supreme Personality of Godhead is being glorified. Right from the first canto, right, where Kunti Maharani or Arjuna or Uttara, for example, they all come to this, they are all approach the Lord, and for example, Uttara wanted protection for her child Parikshit, who was in the womb, but it starts off with glorification of the Lord. Similarly, when Ashwatthama put the Brahmastra, Arjuna and Pandavas, they glorify the Lord and then they seek protection. And a similar theme is there across. Like you look at even Gajendra, when he was we were just reading in this group itself very recently about Gajendra Moksha. So even Gajendra, before he prays out to the Lord for protection, he first glorifies the Lord. So acharyas explained that this is a proper etiquette of approaching the Lord or even our spiritual master for that matter. That when we first go, we first first we glorify them, we thank them we express gratitude, and then after that we can express whatever concern or whatever prayer we have for them, and then we again end with their glorification and expressing gratitude. So this is the proper etiquette in which we can approach the Supreme Lord as well as our spiritual master. So we saw in the previous verse, that is text 28, Brahma starts glorifying the Supreme Lord. And here also, we are seeing that he is continuing to glorify the Supreme Lord. Now, acharyas explained that when we glorify the Supreme Lord, it is never ending. It is ananta. We can go on, Ananta Shesh with all his million hoods can keep glorifying the Supreme Lord and still it never gets exhausted. So, the glories of the Lord are so unlimited. But for us, the conditioned souls, it is inconceivable, right? I mean, how can we don't even have that much lifespan. So if someone tells us that, okay, Ananta Shesh with all his millions of hoods, he's glorifying the Lord for time immemorial, what can we understand that, right? It's beyond our conception. So out of mercy for conditioned souls like us, Krishna and Acharyas, they have given us Shastras, wherein, in a very concise way, this glorification and glories of the Lord are revealed, which, again, we cannot understand by our own efforts. There's no way we can, like by mental speculation or by meditation, etc., we cannot understand the glories of the Lord. It can only and only be revealed to us when we get the mercy of the spiritual master, who is a self realized soul. Only by his mercy can these matters be revealed to us in the heart. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita. Otherwise, it is not possible. And therefore, there is so much emphasis that is laid on taking shelter of spiritual master, rendering services to him, making submissive inquiries. That's the only way. I was recently reading Srimad Bhagvatam 10th canto, and when after Krishna killed Aghasur demon, Shukdev Goswami makes a statement that, so basically when Krishna killed Aghasur, he was 5 years old. But when the Gopas, the cowherd boys, narrated this pastime to their family members as if it had happened yesterday, that time Krishna's age was 6 years. So Parikshit Maharaj asked this doubt that how is it possible that a pastime that happened when Krishna was 5 years old was revealed by the cowherd boys to the family members when Krishna was 6 years old. So basically after 1 year, but they were saying as if it happened yesterday. So what's the mystery behind this? So Shukdev Goswami was very pleased by the sincere attitude and submissive inquiries of his disciple Parikshit Maharaj. Before answering the question, there are some verses in that chapter where he glorifies Parikshit Maharaj. He says that you are a very great devotee, like the word uses Bhagavatottama. You're a very great devotee because you have been listening to Srimad Bhagavatam uninterruptedly for so many days without eating, sleeping, etc. And this is only and only possible by a great devotee. And then he goes on to say that because you've made submissive inquiries, I shall reveal these confidential matters to you. These matters cannot be understood in general by anyone, but the spiritual master can reveal it to a sincere disciple who makes submissive inquiries. So that is the formula. If we want to realize spiritual topics, see, knowing something, reading Srimad Bhagavatam externally is one aspect. But realizing this is only and only possible by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. And it's ever new. Like, every time we read, we get a new realization. Like yesterday, I was reading my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. He has this habit, or we would say as a part of his daily sadhana. Every day, despite how busy he is, night before sleeping, he will read some books of Srila Prabhupada. So right now, he's reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So he was mentioning that even though he has read Srimad Bhagavad Gita so many times, every time he reads, he gets new realizations. And this time when he's reading it again, we don't even know which number of time, he's getting newer and newer realizations. So that is the all new nature of Krishna's glories, because Bhagavad Gita is nothing but spoken by Krishna, so it is not different than Krishna. So now coming back to this specific verse, wherein the glories of Lord Krishna are being described, it is mentioned that the Supreme Lord is situated in pure goodness. And in the purpose, Srila Prabhupada explains that how in this material nature, we have three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. But Krishna is beyond this, like he's beyond even normal sattva good. He's in the Shuddha sattva good. And for devotees who want to reach Krishna, who want to go back home, back to Godhead, they also have to overcome the three modes of material nature, and then they can come to that stage of pure goodness wherein they can see the Lord directly, like face to face, and serve Him. So this is called as the Vasudeva platform. Now, we need to understand, it's very interesting. Vasudev platform is this platform of Shuddha Sattva. Vasudev is also the father of Lord Krishna. But Krishna, who is in the Vasudeva platform, he is called as Vasudev. So that and A, that small difference, changes the whole meaning. So we need to understand that, and obviously we have to be careful while we are using it. Now, how can we go beyond the three modes of material nature? Because see, in this world, Srila Prabhupada is writing, and in the conditional life, the living entity moves turbulently in the whirlpool of birth and death. Right? So when we are moving turbulently in this whirlpool of where, when we are, engrossed, where we are in the shackles of the three modes of material nature, how can we actually become dhira? Like how Srila Prabhupada writes that one must become dhira or undisturbed by the modes of material nature. So the secret to become this dhira or stita pragya, the word used in Srimad Bhagavad Gita is stita pragya, unaffected by the modes of material nature, what is happening around us. So the secret for this is given in the Bhagavad Gita by Krishna himself. Multiple verses. Matuspashastra Konteya Shitoshna Sukhadukkada Agama Paino Nityastam Sutikshasva Bharata. So when we understand these concepts, when we study Srimad Bhagavad Gita, then when we start practicing it, it is not just like we study and we preach to others, but we must also practice. Like for example, like yesterday, one devotee was sharing with me that Prahlad Maharaj, when he was, he was a small child, he was just 5 years old, and he was preaching to his classmates in the school that, we can see Krishna everywhere, he's present everywhere, and, we can see him everywhere, and we should be Krishna conscious. Now that was excellent. I mean, it was excellent because it was, he was preaching, but later we saw that Krishna put him in situations where he was tested. Can he practice what he preaches? Right? And and we all know like how Prahlad Maharaj wonderfully practiced what he preached, and therefore he became glorious. So similarly, this devotee was sharing with me that similarly, every devotee in this Krishna consciousness movement, every preacher, we all will be put in situations wherein we will be tested by the Lord. That are we able to practice what we are preaching? Are we able to be that dhira, undisturbed by the modes of material nature? It is very nice to speak about karma, about humility, tolerance, about, trinadapi sunichena. But are we able to practice that in our day-to-day lives or not? Now, if we are able to practice, then it is glorious because in that way we pass Krishna's test and we become more close to him, or we progress further on the path of bhakti. And if we don't if we don't pass the test, then also there's nothing to lose. So that is the beauty of Krishna consciousness, that no, it is absolute. So either success or failure, it is still all good. So even if we are not able to pass the test, there's nothing to lose, in the sense that it shows us the mirror as to where we stand. So it can actually make us humble. We can realize, okay, I'm preaching so and so, but I also get to know, or we also get to know where we stand. We get the mirror in front of us. So then we can humbly accept our position and pray to the spiritual master, pray to the Lord that Krishna, please, I have a long way to go on my spiritual journey. Please bless me so that I can not only preach but also practice what I preach, and therefore make progress on the path of bhakti. So this is how, if we want to gradually raise ourselves to the platform of Vishuddha Sattva, pure goodness, we have to systematically and daily study the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, wherein Krishna himself is giving us the formula that how we can become dhira, or undisturbed by the modes of material nature. And what happens when we do this? So, Srila Prabhupada, he's writing the last line, the second last line in the purport. In conditional life, living entity moves turbulently in the whirlpool of birth and death. But when one is situated on the transcendental platform of Vishuddha Sattva, pure goodness, he can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead who sits on the back of Garuda. So, this is the qualification, or this is the prerequisite to be able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That we need to be situated in the state of Vishuddha Sattva. That is beyond, all of, beyond the three modes of material nature. And then in this way, after glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Brahma, he says that let us offer our respectful obeisances unto him. I'll move on to the next verse. We still have some time before we start discussing about Kartik. 8.5.30 Nayasya kashyatititarti mayam yaya jano muyati vedanartham tam nirchitatmatmagunam parisham namama bhuteshu samam charantam. Translation: no one can overcome the Supreme Personality of Godhead's illusory energy Maya, which is so strong that it bewilders everyone, making one lose the sense to understand the aim of life. That same Maya, however, is subdued by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who rules everyone and who is equally disposed towards all living entities. Let us offer our obeisances unto him. Puppet. The province of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu certainly controls all living entities. So much so that the living entities have forgotten the aim of life. Natividdu swartha gatim hi Vishnu. The living entities have forgotten that the aim of life is to go back home, back to Godhead. The external energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead gives all conditioned souls what appears to be an opportunity to be happy within this material world, but that is Maya. In other words, it is a dream that is never to be fulfilled. Thus, every living being is illusioned by the external energy of the Supreme Lord. That illusory energy is undoubtedly very strong, but she is fully under the control of the transcendental person who is described in this verse as Paresham, the transcendental Lord. The Lord is not part of the material creation but is beyond the creation. Therefore, not only does he control the conditioned souls through his external energy, but he also controls the external energy itself. Bhagavad Gita clearly says that the strong material energy controls everyone and that getting out of her control is extremely difficult. That controlling energy belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and works under his control. The living entities, however, being subdued by the material energy, have forgotten the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Bhagavad Gita, we have this famous verse, Vaiviyesha gunamai mama maya duratyaya. Mameva ye prapadyante maya meta tarantite. The Krishna himself says that this illusory energy of mine is very difficult to overcome. So then, when we talk about Krishna's potencies, broadly, we can, classify them in three categories. Antaranga Shakti, which is his internal potency, wherein you have Ladini, Samvit, Sandhini, etc. Then you have the Bahiranga Shakti, which is the external illusory energy or Maya. And then we have the Tathastha Shakti. So this Tathastha Shakti is nothing but the living entities. Now the unique feature of this Tathastha Shakti living entity is we can either be in the fold of Bahiranga Shakti or in the fold of Antaranga Shakti. There's nothing in between or no escape. So either we are in bhakti or either we are under the control of yoga maya or we are under the control of maya, mahamaya. So, so the goal of our life is to go from the clutches of mahamaya to back home, back to Godhead, where we will be under the loving shelter of Krishna's internal potency. Right? Internal potency is nothing like Ladini potency is nothing but Srimati Radharani. And we see that, when we go back to the spiritual world, at least in our Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, the aspiration is to become servant of the servant of the servant of the gopis. So that way we are serving Srimati Radharani. Obviously, in other sampradayas, in other Vaishnava sampradayas, the aspiration, they go in different rasas. Sometimes goes in Shanta rasa, Dasya rasa, Vatsalya, Sakya, etc. But in the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, wherein we are all a part of, this Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition is is basically wherein we're aspiring to become the servant of the servant of the servants of the gopis. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself says, Gopi Bhattur Parakamalayor Das Dasanu Dasanu Das. So that is our aspiration. So now if you want to go that way, how do we really go? Because this illusory energy is very, very strong. Like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, here also Srila Prabhupada is quoting in the pulpit that, and Brahma is saying that no one can overcome the Supreme Personality of Godhead's illusory energy, Maya, which is so strong that it bewilders everyone. And what happens because of the bewilderment? We lose the sense to understand the aim of life. We become entangled. We feel that we can be happy in this material world, but there's no happiness in this world. Srila Prabhupada writes in one, in one of his books, I forget which book it was, but in one of the books he writes this line that in this material world, absence of miseries is perceived as happiness. That's it. There's no happiness absolutely in this material world. But because we have not relished, because we have never tasted the real happiness that exists in the spiritual world, we feel that when there's absence of miseries in this material world, we feel that we're very happy. And it's also very unique, like in this material world, when we face challenges or when we face problems, we forget that this world itself is Dukhalayam. So problems are meant to come. We feel that, okay, if I'm going to fix this problem, then my life will be happy. But Prahlad Maharaj says that, dukkaushadam tathapi dukkham. That in this material world, solution to one material problem causes 10 other problems. So, but then when we are in ignorance, like in the previous word we were discussing about ignorance, passion, goodness, and Shuddha sorry, Vishuddha So, when we're in ignorance, when we don't have the knowledge, in that conditioned state, we feel that, oh, okay, right now I have a problem. Let's say, I have a problem in my job. Suppose my boss is, not treating me well, or, that's too hectic, whatever, like some problems. Sometimes we may have problems in the family. Sometimes we may have problems with, say, wealth. Like, we may not be having as much money as we want. We may have a variety of problems. Sometimes if not everything is okay, then maybe the health, the physical body itself gives us troubles. So, that way they can, like, we have threefold miseries, Adhyatmic, Adhibhautik, Adhidaivic. So, we can be troubled in many ways. But if we don't take the Shastra Chakshu, if we don't take the shelter of these scriptures, if we don't take the shelter of Acharyas, we will never understand that these miseries are bound to stay. We have to, the only way out, I mean, there's no way to actually, solve the problems and get rid of miseries. We may solve one problem, we may face, and then, we may be facing 10 other problems. The only and only solution is to get out of this world. Go beyond this illusory energy. Take shelter of Krishna. Take shelter of his, glorious devotees. Take shelter of the spiritual master. Take shelter of Srimad Bhagvatam. That is the only way in which, we can overcome this illusory energy. And then we can focus on the aim of life. Now, in this regard also, in Srimad Bhagavatam 3rd canto, when Varadev's appearance is being described, we see that when Varadev appears from the nostril of Brahma, and he goes to the Garbhoda ocean to rescue Prithvi Devi, who was lying down like at the depths of the ocean. Hiranyaksh sees Varadev and he challenges Varadev. He uses very abusive words towards Varadev. Saying like, what kind of this thing you're going, you fight with me, why you're going and all this. So, it is explained there that how, this is a tendency of an egoistic person. When they are ignored, then they feel so offended and, they will wall out all kind of abuses. But then, what Varadev did he get, I mean, obviously he didn't like it. He was upset by the harsh words used by the demon. So there, Srila Prabhupada in the Purport explains that how Krishna, he's not impersonal. He is a person with all valid emotions. And he also experienced the emotion of feeling sad when someone used harsh words towards him. But what did he do? That upset or that being sad or getting offended, I mean not offended, but getting sad by these harsh words did not stop Varadev from his task or from his duty of rescuing Bhumi Devi. So similarly, for sadhakas, we may also face a lot of abuses, a lot of insults, a lot of harsh words, a lot of tests. See, when people use abuses to us, I mean, it is, like it's a harsh word coming from them. But we may also face harsh situations, like, as I said, health or various other problems. So we may face a lot of problems, but we should try to learn from this pastime and follow in the footsteps of Sri Varadev by not losing focus from our duty or from our aim in life. Varadev's appearance was meant to rescue Bhumi Devi. So that was his aim, that was his goal. What is our goal or what is our aim? The aim of every human being is to become Krishna conscious, is to surpass this ocean, this Bhav Sagar, this ocean of material existence, and go back home, back to Godhead. So, no matter what kind of miseries we are being put into, we have to remain focused on the goal of human life, and that is to be Krishna conscious. Only and only when we stay focused in that way, we will, by the mercy of Krishna and the spiritual master, we will somehow be able to pass over this material world. Otherwise, it is not possible. If we feel that, okay, I'm going to like do a lot of yogic postures and even tapasya, like, we have seen in the olden days where Rishi and Munis, they used to meditate for thousands of years, but still they were not able, they were still bewildered by Maya. Vishwamitra, he did such severe penances, but at the end, when, Indra, being fearful of his thing, he sent Menaka and he sent the other Apsaras. So he first sent a few Apsaras, it didn't, like, Vishwamitra was not perturbed, but finally with Menaka, he got, agitated. So that is, like, devotional service is the only way by which we can cross over this illusory energy. You see, in the pastime of Durvasa Muni and Ambarish Maharaj, Durvasa Muni was a great sage, but he was angry, like he couldn't overcome anger. But you see, Ambarish Maharaj, he had not done great tapasya in that sense like Durvasa Muni, but he was a devotee of the Lord. He was very sincerely following the 9 processes of devotional service, and thus he remained completely unperturbed when whatever tribulations came, right? So, in this way, the more we hear, the more we study scriptures, the more we study Srimad Bhagvatam, the more we study Bhagavad Gita, the more we are in a position to be able to understand the aim of life, be focused on that, and be able to practice our Krishna consciousness in a way that we don't get perturbed by the illusory energy. Only and only by taking shelter of Krishna, Guru, and the sadhus and Shastra, we will be able to cross over. Because only Krishna, like here in the verse it says, that same Maya, which bewilders everyone, which is so strong, that is subdued by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who rules everyone and who is equally disposed towards all living entities. That is the only formula. So, with that, I would like to pause the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam and move over to discussing a bit about the glories of Kartik month. And after discussing this one short pastime, we will discuss how we can observe this Kartik month. We have brief time, so I like to keep it brief. But if you all want to hear more in detail, over the past few days, we have Amarendra Prabhu has uploaded wonderful lectures on this Kartik month. So one lecture is on the glories, importance. Then another lecture is on the rules and prohibitions in this month. It's there this year. I think it's there in English as well as Hindi. So, I would like to encourage all devotees that please do hear those lectures because very inspirational and very informative. So, coming to this the glories of this Kartik month. So, in the Hari Bhakti Vilas and in also other various Vaishnava scriptures, including Padma Puran, etc., it is mentioned that, this line, okay, I'm just going to read this line. The abode of Mathura is easily attainable in this world. And the month of Kartik appears every year, and yet foolish people remain floating on the waves of birth and death within the material ocean. So we need to understand that someone, who is doing devotional service in the month of Kartik with full devotion, then he will not have to be reborn in this world. Then in the Skanda Puran, there's a verse that says, Masanam Kartika Shreshto, Devanam Madhusudana, Tirthanarayanakyam Hititayam Dullabham Kalau. So just as Lord Vishnu and Vishnu Tirtha, Kartika month is said to be superior and rare. There's no other month like Kartika, no yuga like Satyug, no scriptures like Vedas, and no pilgrimage like Ganga. So these are the glories of this Kartik month. In this month, Lord Krishna, he performed such wonderful pastimes like Damodar Leela happened in this month, Rasa Leela in this month, Gopashtami Leela this month, Leela of appearance of Radhakund this month, lifting of the Govardhan hill this month. Not just Krishna Leela, even Rama. Like, Lord Ram, after killing Ravana, he returned back to Ayodhya on Deepavali Day, which is again in the month of Kartik. So this month is very, very dear to Shri Radha and Krishna. And it is said that, okay, we'll come to that in a bit, that, any devotional service that we do in this month, it gets multiplied many-fold times. So, now what is the importance of this particular month? So, in the Padma Puran, there's a reference of a conversation between Krishna and his queen Satyabhama. So we all know that Satyabhama Devi, she's one of the 8 prominent queens, among the 16,108 queens of Shri Krishna and Dwarka. So Lord Krishna is narrating this story to Satyabhama. So in the past, there was a city, there was a Brahmin called Dhaneshwar who lived in a city called Avanti. Unfortunately, he had fallen from his Brahmanhood and he had started committing all sinful acts, including meat, wine, etc. He used to do, he was involved in gambling, drinking, adultery, theft, etc. Everything. So once what happened, this Dhaneshwar, he went to Mahishmati Nagar. It's a city which was located on the banks of Narmada to sell his sinful items. And because he was on the banks of this river Narmada, he kind of stayed there for a month, and he was seeing for this entire month how people used to come from all 4 directions to observe this fast of Kartika month or this Kartik Vrat. Now, Dhaneshwar was there for his business, like he wanted to sell his sinful items. So he used to sell his belongings, but while being there on the banks of river Narmada, every day he used to see Brahmins bathe there, perform aarti, and serve the deities. And then, as devotees do in this holy month, there used to be a discourse. So everyone used to listen to the Srimad Bhagvatam, like the scriptures, and participate in the chanting. So Dhaneshwar saw all of this, right? Now, in this way, even though he had fallen from a state of Brahmanhood, but he was watching, he was observing all these Brahmanas, and he used to, in one way, associate with devotees every single day, and he was just observing. And then, last day, not last day, but after that, one day, suddenly one serpent, a black serpent came and it bit Dhaneshwar and he fell to the ground. Fortunately, at that time, some pure devotees were there. They were present there and they sprinkled tulsi water on him. Now, because he was bitten by the snake, he, despite whatever efforts, but he passed away. When he died, when he passed away, Yamadutas came and took him to the city of Yamraj. And then Chitragupt, we know that Chitragupt is the record keeper in Yamraj's court. So Chitragupt told Yamraj that, all the sinful activities that were done by Dhaneshwar. It is said that one cannot finish many years of the description of sins. So Dhaneshwar should be in hell till the time of destruction. So they were such a sinful person. So then what Yamraj ordered? He said that put him in Kumbhi Paka hell and fry him in hot oil. So this was the order given by Yamaraj to his servants for punishment for Dhaneshwar. The Yamadutas were surprised and shocked. When Dhaneshwar was put in that hot oil, the oil cooled down. This was surprising. The Yamadutas, they went back to Yamaraj and they told him what had happened. And Yamaraj was also surprised that how can the person who is so sinful not be affected? So then Narad Muni appeared there. Yamaraj, he honored Narad Muni, he welcomed Narad Muni, and then he inquired that what has happened. So then Narad Muni replied. So he said that, O son of sun god, such behavior towards this person is not correct because his deeds are such that they can get him rid of hell. So then, what was those deeds? What were those deeds? We all know this person was so sinful. Chitragupta just said that, if you start recording his sins, then till destruction, he is supposed to get punishment. So what were his deeds that, are like such that can get him rid of hell? So then Narad Muni explained. It is said that a person seeing another person performing virtuous deeds, touches or interacts with him, gets 1/6 of the righteous deeds. So this is what Narad Muni told Yamaraj. That if we see someone performing some holy devotional activities, if we touch that person or if we interact with him, we get 1/6 of those righteous deeds. Now just look at Dhaneshwar. For one full month of Kartik, he was observing many devotees who are doing devotional service on the banks of Narmada. So he got 1/6 of all of them, of all those deeds. So therefore, he accumulated so much Sukriti, and therefore, by the mercy of Lord Vishnu, by the mercy of his devotees, all his sins were destroyed. And at the time of death, the Vaishnavas, they sprinkled tulsi water on his body. And therefore, he cannot be tortured in hell. So this was the pastime in Padma Puran wherein Krishna is narrating it to Satyabhama. Now, how do we observe this Kartika, this Kartika month, which is so auspicious? So if you want to observe this Kartik month, we take, like Gaudiya Vaishnavas, for us, we have Shri Hari Bhakti Vilas, which has been composed by Srila Sanatan Goswami as the main, one of the primary scriptures of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So there in the 16th section, the greatness as well as the way to observe this vrata has been described. Now, there are very powerful statements. We'll discuss them because it's important to understand. Hari Bhakti Vilas 16.5. One who does not observe fast in Kartika month is his parents' killer. 16.6. One who does not observe fast in Kartika month has a decline. He falls to the animal species. Right? And then 16.8. If a widow does not observe fast in Kartika month, she goes to hell. 16.73. During Kartika month, the one who offers food to Krishna lives on the higher planets for as many yugas as the grains he has provided to Krishna. 16.86. In the month of Kartik, a person who takes food only once attains fame and strength. And 16.186. One who offers lamp in the month of Kartik gets wealth, fame, and fortune. He becomes the controller of other living entities and gets obedient children, wealth, and knowledge. So now the question comes, how do we do this Kartik month? So for devotees, like, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, or like for us, ISKCON followers, the minimum standard that has been prescribed: one, we should be chanting a regular 16 rounds minimum every day. In this month, it is auspicious if we can increase the chanting. In fact, I was listening to this class by Amrendra Prabhu, and he was mentioning that two things are prescribed in for Kartik. One, we should read Vishnu Sahasranam every day, and second, we should read the Gajendra Moksha Stuti. Now, Vishnu Sahasranam is a bit long. It is a bit complicated also to read on our own. And as ISKCON devotees, we are not so used to it. I mean, at least I know some of the devotees from South India, they are still used to it. Like, they know the meter, they know the tune, and they can actually recite it. But for others, it might be a bit difficult. So then Amrendra Prabhu was sharing that if we can do that, it's very good. But in case we cannot, then just chanting this Hare Krishna mantra alone is sufficient, because it is said in the Shastra, 1,000 names of Vishnu is equal to one name of Lord Ram, and 3 names of Lord Ram is equal to one name of Krishna. So in Hare Krishna mantra, we have Krishna Krishna also, and we have Rama Rama also. So if we just focus on chanting our Hare Krishna japa very nicely, that itself will benefit us. Once, one devotee was asking about the method of Kartik Vrat to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada replied, Kartika Vrat, you chant Hare Krishna mantra 24 hours a month, 24 hours a day. Just that. So that is the glory. In this month, we have to dedicate it to the Lord. And we have to chant His holy names as much as possible. Minimum 16, but as much as possible. Sometimes devotees, they take sankalpa that we will chant 20 rounds, 25 rounds, 32 rounds. Depends on one's circumstances, capacity, etc., other obligations, etc. Then the next thing, minimum that we have to do in this month, offer a ghee lamp to Shri Radha Damodar every day. Right? So then Hari Bhakti Vilas explains 16.100. One who offers a ghee lamp to Lord Krishna in this month will never be born again in the material world. Right? Then subsequently it is said that so this is a quote from, it's a reference from Skanda Puran. When someone offers a lamp to Lord Vishnu in the month of Kartik, the sins of thousands of crores of birds are destroyed in half the time of blinking. Then, again, coming back to Hari Bhakti Vilas, 16.122. In the month of Kartik, by not offering a lamp in Sri Keshava Bhavan, or to not offering a lamp to Krishna Balram, or sorry, to Radha Krishna, that fool cannot be called by the name of Vaishnav. So if we are not offering lamps to Shri Radha Damodar in this month of Kartik, then we cannot call ourselves Vaishnavas. We know this pastime, right? There was one rat. So the rat had entered a Vishnu temple accidentally, and it wanted to actually eat the ghee wick. So while trying to eat that ghee wick, because the ghee wick was burning on the other side, the rat's body caught fire. And when it caught fire, he was, jumping up and down. And in that jumping up and down, he started running helter-skelter. And we know that, as he was running, he circumambulated the Lord. But then because his body had caught fire, he kind of died he died eventually. This rat, he went back to the spiritual world. So how? Because Krishna blessed him with, because his body himself had caught fire, and then he was jumping up and down, he circumambulated the Lord. So his thing was taken by Krishna as offering of a ghee lamp in the month of Kartik, and of the benefit of doing parikrama and circumambulating the Lord. So this is the merciful nature of Krishna, his Bhaktavatsalta. But what is important, that he offered ghee lamp to Kartik. So imagine, he just did it accidentally. He didn't think, he didn't intend to do it. But if we consciously do it after, understanding the glories of Kartik, then how much mercy of the Lord we will get. See, our goal is not material. Like, here it's mentioning that you'll get glory, wealth, son, fame. I mean, if we have those desires, again, Bhagavatam says, akama sarva kamova moksha kama udarati tivrena bhakti yogena ijitam purusham pada. So we can approach the Supreme Lord even if we have all material desires. But the objective or the mode in which we should be doing the Kartik Vrat is for the pleasure of Shri Radha and Krishna. And while offering this lamb, we should sing Damodar Ashtakam. We all know this has been composed by Satyavrata Muni. So we sing the Damodar Ashtakam, and we should be singing the Gopi Geet. Gopi Geet is there in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. After, we should remember this, after we offer lamb to Shri Radha Damodar, we should offer it to Tulsi Maharani and worship her. So this is the minimum prescription for this month. In addition, Haribhakti Vilas also goes on to add a few others, which, as much as possible, we will be doing. So I forgot one thing. We should wake up in the morning, bathe in the morning in the Brahma Murta. And then, it says that we should remain awake the entire night, offer ghee lamps, serve the Tulsi Maharani plant. Now, it might not be very practical to not sleep for the entire night for all 30 days of this month, but as much as possible, at least we can try to, at least for this month, wake up in the Brahma Muhurta and do our devotional activities. Then observe fast on the prominent festivals like Kartik Ekadashis, Bhishma Panchak, etc. Celebrate with prominent festivals like Govardhan Puja, Gopashtami, etc. Study Vaishnava scriptures like Gita, Bhagavad Gita, etc. Now, here is the thing. In Hari Bhakti Vilas 16.81, it says, if a person daily recites even a single shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam with great devotion, he will attain the merit of studying the 18 Puranas in their entirety. So that is the glory of reciting even a single shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam with great devotion in this auspicious month. Okay, now we have very limited time, so I will just wrap up. The next that is being prescribed, we should reside in Mathura and Vrindavan. We often see that, many times devotees, they go to Sri Vrindavan Dham for this Kartik month. If it's not practical for us, there's no problem. We can always have Sri Vrindavan Dham in our heart, in our consciousness. We can try to visit the local ISKCON temples. Srila Prabhupada said they're all Vaikunthas, so we can go there. And then it says we should bathe in the holy Yamuna river. Now, we may not have Yamuna, Ganga river here, flowing in the US and Canada. So, while taking bath, we can just say Ganga, Ganga, Ganga. So, that is equivalent to Ganga Snan. Then it says, there's also the 4th month of Chaturmas. So, we should not be taking urad dal. And one should renounce one of his favorite eatables. So that is something which, it's prescribed for us to do in this Kartik month. So just to summarize, number 1, minimum 16 rounds every day, can chant as much more. Daily study Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, at least one verse if we do daily, it gives us the benefits of reading the entire 18 Puranas in entirety. Offer lamps, offer ghee lamps or sesame oil lamps to Shri Yashoda Damodar or Radha Damodar, and sing Damodar Ashtakam while offering the lamp. After offering the lamp, offer that same lamp to Tulsi Devi and worship her. We can visit our nearby ISKCON temple if it's not possible for us to visit Mathura and Vrindavan this month. Try to wake up in the morning, Brahma Muhurta time, and also, about Ganga Snan. So we can just do Ganga, 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 and avoid eating urad dal. Avoid eating urad dal in this month, and try to give up one of our favorite eatables. So this is just a brief summary. There are a lot more things that we can keep in mind. Like, for example, for Grihasthas, it is prescribed that we should maintain complete celibacy in this month. Then, if possible, it is prescribed that during Kartik month we should be sleeping on the floor. Now, when I say floor, it depends on what our health and what our physical body condition permits. if it's, if plain floor is not possible, we can put maybe some yoga mat or something and sleep. If not, then people can sleep on bed, that's not a problem. But there are a lot of various rules, regulations, but the most important is chanting, offering lamp to Damodar Ashtaka, and reading of scriptures like Srimad, Bhagavatam, and Bhagavad Gita. So, with that, I would like to end the discussion. If there are any questions, thoughts, comments, then please, please go on.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Geeta. Thank you so much for this wonderful class. Very, very, very important in this month. My question is, Mataji, that the same lamp that we offer to Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani, same lamp we have to offer to Tulsi Devi?
Yes, Mataji, the same lamp.
I've been offering separately, one there
That's
and
also
one.
okay. I mean, that's also okay, but you can offer the same lamp also. That's not a problem.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. And the Damodar Ashtakam is that one where...
Namameshwaram Satchitananda Rupam.
Yes.
The 8th stanza
Mataji.
one which has been composed by Satyavrata Muni.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. And
Thanks so much.
and one quick question is, Mataji, you said that Parikshit Maharaj was different from Durvasa Muni in terms of that he...
Ambarish Maharaj.
Amrish Maharaj, sorry. I mean,
Yes.
how was he, at a higher level in this particular example that you were giving? If you can please explain
Yeah.
that. Thank
So
you,
we
ma'am.
know the past time, right? When Amrish Maharaj and his wife, they had observed a fast wherein they were fasting for 1 full year, and then to break the fast, they had invited a lot of devotees and sages home, and they served them with prasadam. Now, at the last, like then Durvasa Muni with his disciples, they came, and Ambarish Maharaj was going to serve him, but then Durvasa Muni said that I'll just go take a bath and come. So when he went to take a bath, that time the time for breaking the fast was coming to an end. Like just as how we have Ekadashi Parana time, like that, the time which was prescribed for Amrish Maharaj to break the fast, that was coming to an end. Now what happened was, now he's in a dilemma because he has invited Durvasa Muni home for and to serve him. Now you cannot eat, the hosts cannot eat till the guests have not eaten, but the time for breaking the fast is running away. So, what should be done? So, he consulted the various other devotees and sages who were present there. So, they said that you can just take a few drops of water because taking water will not be considered eating, and at the same time, your fast will also be broken because they are done Nirjala fast. So, following their like guidelines, Amrish Maharaj took a few drops of water. And at that moment, Durvasa Muni came there and he was very furious. He said that how can you have something before you served me after you invited me as your guest? So he was so furious that he leaves that weapon like to kill this thing. But you see, so Durvasa Muni was immediately angry, immediately agitated. But Ambarish Maharaj remained calm. He didn't say, oh, why, like, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, he didn't start defending himself or justifying himself or anything. He remained calm, said, okay, whatever Krishna wants. And then we saw that that weapon, like, because that fiery weapon was coming, Krishna sent his Sudarshan to protect his devotee. And as a result, then that weapon was counteracted, but then Sudarshan ran behind Durvasa Muni because he was very angry that how can he, try to harm a devotee who is faultless. So then Durvasa Muni ran to Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Brahma, Shivji, and then Vishnu. That please protect me from the Sudarshan Chakra. And Vishnu said, I cannot do anything. Brahma and Shivji could not do anything because they said this is Vishnu's weapon, so we are powerless. But even Vishnu said, I cannot do it anything. You have offended my devotee, so you go and beg forgiveness from him, only then you will be protected. So then Durvasa Muni came and he begged forgiveness from Ambarish Maharaj. Now, just see, and then Ambarish Maharaj immediately forgave him. He did not have any grudge. He did not have anything that, what is this, that. Like, see, for us, sometimes, we face situations wherein, people are unreasonable to us. And we have so much of in our heart, we get so upset, we get so offended, sometimes we get develop grudge that why they're doing like this, why they're being unreasonable to us. But Amrish Maharaj was really perturbed. He said, all right. Yet he was threatened to the extent of being killed by Durvasa Muni for a very small thing, like just taking water. He didn't do anything big. There was no big offense or sin that he had done. It was a small thing. He just took water, and that too by listening to other devotees. So this is how the devotee's position is superior to other yogis, or other people who are not completely into bhakti yoga. I hope that answers the question, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, thank you so much. Only thing
Thank
I
you.
wonder is how come Durvasa Muni, such a senior Muni, Swami, whatever you monk, can have so much anger? It is one of it's,
So Durvasa Muni, he's a like he's this man, like how do you say, like he's an expansion from Shivji. So because Shivji is Rudra Tattva, it represents anger. So that anger thing is there in Durvasa Muni also. But it's all like Krishna's pastimes again, to
yes, Mataji.
establish the glories of his pure devotee.
Yes, I understand. Thank you, Mataji. And
Thank
one
you.
quick question is, Mataji, how to serve I know when you say serving the gopis,
Mhm.
basically you mean serving the Vaishnavas, right? And for us.
Serving the gopis, so for us, we can, yes, serving the Vaishnavas and serving the spiritual master, because we are not qualified to serve the gopis, right? We don't even know
Yeah.
what our Siddhadeya is in the spiritual world. So at this stage, we only have to serve the spiritual master and the Vaishnavas. When the spiritual master is pleased by our service, then he will reveal to us that what is our original identity in the spiritual world.
Yes, Mataji. And Mataji, this Canto 10, you said Gopi Geet.
Yeah.
If we can.
That Jayati Tedika. Okay, I'll share the lyrics. Bhakti
Yes.
Sharu Maharaj has, sung it very beautifully. I'll send it to Shyam Rasika Mataji, and maybe she can, share it with everyone.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Any other thoughts, questions, comments, anything?
Yes, Mataji, one quick question is, if one is traveling, then like for 2-3 days, then the lamp thing, how do we do it we should carry with us, right? At the minimum, one can do some things.
Yeah, we can carry with us. That would be best, ideal. But if not, like if it's not really practical, then at least offer in our mind. And these days, thanks to YouTube, we can watch Damodar Ashtakam happening across the world in various ISKCON temples. So that way also, we can get the benefit.
Yeah.
Like we read that pastime of Dhaneshwar, right? If you're
Yes,
just
Mataji.
observing someone doing devotional activities, you get 1/6 of the benefits.
Yes,
So
thank you, Mataji. And Mataji, you said that what were you saying regarding so many times is when you do is like Vishnu, Ram, and you were doing Lord Rama.
oh yeah. So so it is said in the Shastras that if you chant the name of Lord Ram even once, you get the benefit of chanting Lord Vishnu's 1,000 names, or Lord Vishnu's name 1,000 times. Either ways, okay? Then, if you chant 3 times Lord Rama's name, then that is equivalent, or you get the benefit of chanting Krishna. Sorry, reverse. If you chant Krishna's name once, you get the benefit of chanting 3 times Lord Rama's name.
Once again, Mataji, so Krishna's name 3 times is equal to 1 of Lord Rama.
No. Reverse, Mataji. 1 name of Krishna is equal to 3 names of Rama.
Okay, Mataji.
And 1 name of Rama is equal to 1,000 names of Vishnu.
So highest is Lord Krishna, then Rama, then Vishnu.
Yes, that's correct, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you so much. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for
Dandavat
this
pranam,
wonderful
Mataji.
class and so many wonderful points. So I had a question. You said the Vishnu Sahasranam, like we don't know how to pronounce properly.
Right.
Do we get the same benefit if we just listen to it on YouTube, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, we can do that. We can listen on YouTube.
Okay. Okay. And the
But we should,
Gajendra.
the thing is, we should be concentrated, not like, we just play it and then we are doing our various activities.
Right. So
Then
with
obviously the
attention,
benefit will be less. Yeah, we should
right,
be
like
focused.
attentive chanting, focus on
Yes,
the
yes,
mantra.
Mat. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madana Pranam to you. Shubha
Dandavat
Maharaj ki
pranams,
jai, Guru
Mataji.
Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for your association on the first day of Kartik and explaining to us and getting us into the mood. And yesterday, some devotees did offer diya and on, New York Temple and even in Alachua. They offered diya and did Damodar Astakam. So I also kind of started yesterday because, got encouraged that it's the time when it is kind of connected to Kartik Maas and, so very nice, like we can, it's like, it's, and it's so amazing that, I was thinking of one thing today. Maybe you have some thought on that. Like, we get the ISKCON calendar throughout the year. It is marked Sharad Purnima, Advent of Bhagavad Gita, someone's appearance day, and all that thing is there. It is so amazing how this calendar is made through some way. I know because of.
Hare Krishna.
Can you hear me, Mataji?
Yeah, I just lost you for like 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. I was outside in my car getting something out. 1 minute, Mataji, give me. I'm going to go inside the house. Inside, outside house, sometimes the
Okay, no problem, Mataji.
connection goes. Sorry, Mataji. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now
hear?
we can hear you. Yes, now we can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, because the internet is here. Okay, so the thing is that, in the calendar, we look at, we try to see actually every aspect of Krishna consciousness in a very positive way, because, that gives us the confidence that Krishna, and, we have to do a practice, chanting, offering, what.
Mataji, your
So
voice
coming back
is
to the
still.
calendar, it is so amazing that, oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of breaking, but we are getting it. I think, calendar, it's very.
Yeah. So Purnima was supposed to be yesterday, and so many other festivals fall on that day, and it is amazing that whether it is full moon today, oh yeah, it is there. So and then we also hear in Srimad Bhagavatam predicted, which have come true. So when we refer to like all these, how we can we can more increase our faith, future kind of club it together. There's just two examples I gave that, which other aspects can we increase if there is something in your mind in connection to that.
So, Mataji, I'll just repeat the question because you were breaking. So, you're trying to ask that there are a lot of festivals and a lot of things that we observe based on the Vaishnav calendar. So, and then there are glories of each one of them. So, how can we increase our faith on those observances and do it more sincerely so that we get the results quickly? Is that the question?
Yeah, I mean, not exactly results. We just do our seva, but the point is, what is wrong with this phone? So, what are the other ways which you can think of where we can increase our faith? Because when we look at the tithis and everything in the past, in the future, and all these things, everything falls in place so nicely.
Right.
What other aspect of Krishna consciousness can increase our faith more and more? That's my question.
So, association of devotees, and that is the key for it. because the more we associate with devotees, see, it is said that our consciousness will get influenced by how with whom we associate. Like, even forget devotion or forget bhakti, even like in the normal world, they said, right, a man is known by the company he keeps. So the more we associate with devotees, the more we get influenced by them, and the more we study shastras in their company, in their association, the more our faith gets strong. So therefore, there's so much emphasis laid on association of devotees. I think that's the single most important factor if we want to make rapid progress in Krishna consciousness. Now, at the initial stage, we have to take association. But as we progress, then we might be in a position where, even without any association, like direct, like for example, Srila Prabhupada, when he came to US, physically he had no association. But in his heart, he was always associating with his spiritual master, with this, with the six Goswamis, with Lord Krishna. So we can follow in his footsteps. That as much as possible, we associate directly with devotees. Try to, do our devotional practices, increase our prayer, increase our sadhana, increase our study and reading of Srimad Bhagvatam and other scriptures. But at some point, if we are in a situation where we don't have that direct physical association, we resort to other means. Like now, thanks to online, we have online association. And if not, then we can in our hearts take shelter of a spiritual master. These are all heart to heart connections, Mataji. If we sincerely surrender and pray to our spiritual master, then even if we don't have the direct perception or direct, the direct association, they can come in our dreams and they can inspire us, they can, guide us. Like, I've heard so many pastimes of, some, like, I won't name the ISKCON gurus, but they came, like, when suppose a sincere disciple who is, facing some challenges in terms of their preaching services, and, they just pray to the spiritual master. In the dream, the spiritual master appears and guides the disciple that what can be the solution for this problem. And then when he wakes up and he does that, it actually solves the problem. So this is the glory of the spiritual master. Right? So for us, association of devotees, surrender to the spiritual master, serving their instructions, this is like the irreplaceable thing that we have to do for strengthening our faith, for that strong, to develop that strong Shraddha.
Yes, Mataji, thank you so much. Mataji, can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, I'm thinking like I don't know which world I've gone into. I can't
No
be
worries.
devotees. And also, I wanted to mention one thing more that in a country like Dubai, some people hold they call Damodar home programs.
Right.
They're very famous. In that, what happens is that you're yourself in a festive 1 month season of Kartik, but then you engage others by asking them, you want to do a puja, you want to do some kind of a program, maybe, you can do it in this month or whatever, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday sometimes is not possible, but, and then you can call devotees. And so those people who have never ever got the opportunity, just like the story Mataji said about the rat, was delivered. So some of the other people can also be delivered, and you can be the media, for deliverance. So that's another thing I just wanted to share, because we used to have a lot of home programs. You already have 3 in line in our congregation area. So then, and most of them devotees also keep programs. And then what happens, some people don't like to come to temple. They have their own beliefs and all. But then for home programs, they feel, oh, ghar ka puja hai, they feel comfortable. They sit on the couch. They feel not overwhelmed. That it is, it's all about temple. It's all about, it's like, you want to go and socialize. You want to meet people. So that's another way to kind of catch on them,
Right.
in a sneaky way.
Correct.
So I was just thinking like how we can include the preaching aspect also. Very important, because if anybody in this month can like, I was thinking that one thing I'm going to add is, like, there's a local store which just opened, Indian store. I'm going to go and give away some books which I've not
Right.
lately, but I will try to do it in this month on the weekends. So that way, at least something extra I'm doing, because you said to leave something and then to add something also extra, where you feel, oh, it's Damodar month, I have to do special, and I would personally say, not so that the benefit will come tenfold. It's because it's Krishna's month, to make
Yeah, for the
Krishna,
pleasure of Krishna.
for the pleasure of Krishna. Because, like, we are chanting 2 hours pleasure of Krishna, we are making bhoga for Krishna, then there are so many other things we are doing. But here we have to add on more, in Janmashtami and also Nirjala.
Right,
It is these 2 fasts are like, very tough for the happiness of Krishna we do. But then in this month, just a little bit of preaching to make our supreme spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, happy. Thank you, Mataji.
Right.
And I was able to say these words because I got encouraged by your association and other devotees. So I'm going to add on to my life also something extra, because of your association. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Just speaking about this, Damodar program, I think last week, or maybe like basically a few days back, His Holiness Jeptaka Swami Maharaj, he was in Malaysia, and there he launched this Damodar program. So I was just like reading a bit about it. So Malaysia has this Damodar program, which, as you said, they have one of the largest programs there, wherein they hold a lot, and wherever possible in some public places where they can keep a photo of Yashoda Damodar, and then have lamps and invite people to come and just offer lamps. So people might not, as you said, they might not want to go to temples, they might not want to do this and that, but sometimes if suppose they're just going, like just coming back from work or somewhere, if in a park, and if they see there's a photo of Lord, and there is some lamp, they might not hesitate to just come and offer it. So in this way, that's also one new initiative which devotees have been taking for some few years, wherein house programs and relatives, friends, but even strangers, and they're trying to benefit or help the strangers offer lamps to Yashoda Damodar.
Yes, Mataji. And I wanted to answer question to one Mataji who was saying, like Geeta Mataji, for traveling. So what happened is there is always ways. For example, you take a picture of Lord Damodar, where at least Lord and Yashoda are there. Yashoda, the mother, and son both are there. And there are other pictures also of Nalakuvera, and there are different pictures connected to the Damodar Leela. So what one can do, just keep it on the phone, and all you do is carry the wicks with you. Carry the wicks with you, have the Damodar paper with you. So that way, at a certain time, before sunset or morning, whenever you can, just offer it to because there is you have to do like 4 times, 3 times, 7 times, something like that. I don't have the number memorized yet. So it's so easy. It's so easy. If a rat can be delivered, then our position, is a human being position. So Krishna will take care of us. Maybe all year round, a bhakti is not the perfect bhakti, or we are not chanting absolutely properly. But at least in this month, these things will take us back. Like Mataji said so nicely in the class, that our goal should not be to find happiness and all here and find, like what is good and bad. We should aim to just, do our devotional service to Krishna and go back to Godhead. That is our main goal, actually. Yeah. So I was thinking that in those lines, so Mataji can, just don't leave the opportunity. Just carry the wicks with you, ghee wicks, and just offer there. And if somebody else is also there, some stranger or somebody, that ask them also to offer. So
What is a ghee wicks, Mataji?
phone anyway.
Hello? Your voice is not...
like a stick.
Sorry?
Yeah. There's a stick. The barbecue sticks come.
Yes,
I take
Mataji.
barbecue sticks. So what I do, the barbecue stick, I cut them up into like, not the matchstick, a little bit bigger than matchstick. And then you put the, the rui on top, tight it, then dip it in the ghee, and then take it out, and then again tighten it with the ghee. So it becomes like a, and after some time it'll kind of, it'll become like a little bit not oily. Yeah. And that you can keep with you, Mataji.
Oh, so it is like a diya, but not a diya. It's like but that barbecue stick is made of wood?
Yes. And also sometimes people take the wooden or the plastic, not the plastic, I'll not recommend, the wooden, this earbuds. So, then what you do, take absolutely new, you can plug the cotton out of it for the wooden ones. I think they are used for clinical medical purpose.
Yeah.
And they're
Right.
available, right? And you just add some more this thing to it, but make sure you dip it in the ghee, and then keep that in a Ziploc bag and carry it with you and offer it once or twice a day as your, you want to do it like that.
But Mataji, the diya lasts for at least, as much ghee as you put. But this won't last that long, right?
Yeah, it won't last long, but we just offer it and keep the stick in a sand or something, in a house, get some sand. So you say, you keep the environment
Yeah.
protected. But yeah, in India, I was there last year, and they offered diya there. Each of us was given the matti wala diya, and
Yeah.
that's so nice. And then they kept the diya in front of the altar. So that can also be done. Diya can also be done because Diwali is coming, and I'm sure now we can get diyas. Everything is available
Yeah.
on Amazon.
So, Mataji, we have to. Another quick question is: do we have to change the diya every day? I mean, the matti wala, outside wala, because it becomes black. So I use, what I do is I mean, quickly I'll tell you that the one that you get wax, I take out the wax from the candles and I put 2-3 together and I put ghee in that. But it becomes black after it. So should we have to wash it every day or just clean it after 2-3 days? And keep
Mataji, you
putting.
cannot reuse the diya. That's why this ISKCON has very intelligent solutions to all the situations. I will send you a picture of how these wicks are made. It's very easy. In
No,
30
the
minutes.
Vicks is not a problem. The outside container gets black, Mataji. So today I waste a lot of time in the morning, Brahma Murta time. Your time is running out. So today, for the first time, I did not. I cleaned it in the sense I took out the ghee, but the black part I left because I was saying ki se chato japa karo.
So Mataji, why don't you use a brass one like they use in the ISKCON temple? You
That
use that,
also gets black, Mataji.
but you have to wash it every day, Mataji, and then put the new wicks next day.
I clean it with the paper towel and it goes away. Then I wash it every 3-4 days. The black part goes
Okay.
with the paper towel. But so what do you do, Mataji? We'll talk after the class. I think we are
Okay.
wasting.
Mataji can also guide, but the thing is, when we are offering like a thali with agarbatti, everything, that diya you have to replace every day because it is mud and it gets black. But if you have like a small little, वो जो होता है दिया लगाने वाला steel का, brass का, that thing you once you have offered the diya, you have to wash it and keep it in the plate again. Every day you have to wash and put the new this thing in it. You cannot reuse it because it's like
Yeah.
rest. Mataji can also help and others can also pitch in and explain to Mataji because but otherwise don't reuse the diya. That's why we have the Damodar. These sticks are there. You just
Right.
them and keep them. Then sometimes they keep on if you make a long cotton wick in front, then it'll run for
Yeah.
more time, Mataji.
Right. Thank you, Mataji. If you can, I will look for the ISKCON Diya thing, or you can please send it to me.
I'll send you like how to make the this thing also. I can
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
So,
Hare Krishna Mataji, I had one question from Rupini Padma Mataji. It's like that sequence, can you tell us about the diya? Is it 4, 3, 2, and what does it signify, Mataji?
So Mataji can also tell who gave us the.
Yeah, it's 4-3-2. So 4 for the lotus feet, 3 for the abdomen of the Lord, and 2 for the face of the Lord, and then 7 times for the entire body.
Yeah,
So
Mataji,
this is the.
I was
Yeah.
asking why is it 4 times? I'm sure it signifies something as per the Shastras. If you know, you can enlighten us, Mataji. Thank you.
Sorry, Mataji. That even I don't know that why 4, 3, and 2. But
Okay.
this is what it's prescribed that you offer it in that way. So
Okay.
I've never
So 4 for the feet,
I've never
3
come
abdomen,
across
2
why
for the face.
exactly 4 and why not more. Yeah.
Maybe you can find out, and next time you take a class, you
Sure,
can
Mataji.
explain. Thank you,
Yes,
Mataji. Hare
definitely.
Krishna.
Mataji,
Thank you.
it's 4, 2, and 3, Mataji.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
4 for feet, 2 for chest, and
Oh,
3
3
for face. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Amanasika Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Okay, we can probably end the discussion today. So Grantaraj Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai, Srila Kartik
Jai.
Damodar Mant ki jai.
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां
पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय प्रभुपाद की जय उत्तरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय हर ग्रेस प्रेमेश्वरी पद्मिनी माता जी की पद्मावती माता जी की जय थैंक यू सो मच माता जी हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा श्याम रसिका देवीदासी की जय हरे कृष्णा
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
माता जी
All the
हरे
devotees
कृष्णा
जय
Hare
धन्यवाद
Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण